Hello everyone, welcome to EPL Insights. On this channel, we will talk about anything related to Premier League football, either what's happening in the transfer market, what's going on in the preseason, and once the season is started, we will do match previews and match reviews as well. My name is Akram and this is my very first video. If you like football and you want to share your opinion, your views, you are more than welcome on this channel. The topic of my first video is Arteta. Why? I am an Arsenal fan. And secondly, I was listening to different Arsenal fan and rivals on different YouTube channels regarding Arteta and his tenure, and I thought to share my opinion as well. The questions which I will discuss in this video are derived from their discussion and analysis. So the three questions which we will discuss in this video are like, what was the impression of Arsenal football team before and after Arteta? Secondly, like the signings which we have made under Arteta. And lastly, we will do a comparison of the team which won the FA Cup and the squad which we currently have. You can share your opinion in the chat. So let's start with the first question. The impression of Arsenal football team before and after Arteta. Like before Arteta, we were considered a very creative team. Like whenever there is a discussion of which team scores the best goal or the team goal of the season or goal of the season, we were always part of that discussion. But when there is a serious discussion about who is winning the Premier League this season, who is winning the Champions League this season, we were not like considered in as a part of that discussion. We were qualified for Champions League, but we were just qualifying. We were not like competing in that competition. We were always getting knocked out before quarterfinals, and we can all recall the losses against Bayern, Barcelona, Atletico, Monaco, and similarly, if you go back to Premier League, who will forget the like loss against Man United, 8-2 loss against City, 6-3 against Chelsea, like the 1000th match of Wenger, like we lost with the margin of 6 goals. So all these losses like shows that the team which we had at that point of time wasn't physically, mentally, technically at a level which can compete at the highest level against the best of the best. And if you see the era after Arteta, like after his 2 seasons, you can see the team which we started building is physically very strong, mentally very good, and technically, of course, you can see that all the players or majority of the players he signed, they were technically good. And I'm not saying we should not criticize Arteta. It's not about that. Like Arteta hasn't made a mistake or he's mistakeless. He has definitely signed very bad players as well. So we can definitely criticize Arteta for those or for his game management or for his substitutions. But I am the purpose of this video is to do like a balanced analysis, to a fair analysis. So let's go back to the question. So if you see the difference between that team and the squad which we currently have, like if you see the signings which we have made after 2010, like let me share some names: Koscielny, Silva, Chamak, Chamberlain, Gavinho, Madasaka, Santos, Park, Jenkinson, Campbell, like Holding, Mustafi, Perez, Ozil, Lacazette, Nacho Monreal, and Aubameyang. If you see like from all the players which I have mentioned, like if we have to choose any top quality player, only two or one which will come to our mind or will fall in that category. Like Ozil at the start of his career was a very good player, but later on when we need him as a leader, as a difference maker, he wasn't that player. Similarly Aubameyang, he was good till we won the FA Cup, but after that again things fall apart or things weren't like that the way which we wanted. So these players, even these two players are not considered as a world class players. So all the players which we signed during that or like after 2010 and onward, you can easily say that those were not world class players were not coming to us. So that was one of the reasons we were not having good players or world class players in our team. And once Arteta starting building his team, we can see that we have started signing some very very good players or very top class players or the players which will be eventually world class players like Saka, Gyökeres, similarly Declan Rice. So these are the players, Liba. So we can clearly see a difference between the quality of the players which we signed before Arteta, or the profile of the players which we signed before Arteta, and the profile of the players which we signed after Arteta. Again, and I'm not saying Arteta signed all good players, or all the players were like of top quality. Definitely signed some bad players as well, like uh, Tomiyasu, Nuno Tavares, Sami Lukanga, and Fabio Vera. Like these were not good players. Even there is still a discussion going on that Kai Havertz is a flop or a success, or again a good player for us or not. So again, I'm not saying all the players were good, but I'm saying you can clearly see the difference between the quality of the players, standard of the players, and the profiles of the players before Arteta and after Arteta. We have definitely signed some very, very good players, and we have built a team. And coming to the last question of like my video, the comparison of the team which won the FA Cup and the team which with the squad which we currently have. Like I was listening to an Arsenal fan, and he was saying that the team which won the FA Cup is better than the team which we currently have. Like if we have a different manager with that team is better than the current team with Arteta. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that statement. Like if you see the lineup which won the FA Cup, like Martinez, like in the as a goalkeeper, in the defense line we have Holding, Luis, Tierney, Bellerin, and the current backline we have like Timber, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Kelly, Calafiori. Like they are not comparable. The current backline we have is a lot better than, or way better than the backline we had in the FA Cup, the team which won the FA Cup. And similarly, even goalkeeper situation, I would say I would prefer Raya. Again, it's a subjective sort of a comparison, but I still prefer Raya over Martinez. Martinez is a very good goalkeeper, but as a personality, as a characteristics, as a maturity level, I would prefer Raya than Martinez. And then going back to the midfield, we had Ceballos, Xhaka, and Niles in that midfield, and currently we have Declan Rice, Odegaard, Zubamendi, and before that we have Partey, Jorginho, and we have Merino. Like clearly we can see the current midfield is a lot better than the midfield we had at that point of time. Then coming to the attack, in the attack at that point of time, I would say only Aubameyang is someone who can still play in our current lineup. Apart from that, we had on the left wing or as an attacking partner, Lacazette wasn't good enough. Like I won't say he's better than Trossard or Martinelli, but I can say that like Martinelli or Trossard is equally bad as comparison to Lacazette. So they are not like there is not any difference. If there is some, I would say I would prefer Trossard over Lacazette. And on the right wing, with definitely Pepe comparison to Saka. Saka is definitely way ahead of him, and he is one of the world class player we can say we have in our team alongside Jokeres. So the current squad is definitely way better than the team which won the FA Cup in my opinion. So this was the analysis which I had regarding Arteta. Again, I'm not saying he should not be criticized for the mistakes he had made, but do a fair comparison, do a fair analysis in terms of your discussion or your analysis. So this is all from my side, and please do subscribe my channel and like this video. I will in the next video I will definitely discuss regarding the transfers which Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, United they have made. So see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.